Colehour.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to make this quick because I have to go to the bathroom. Before I do anything, Jess, you look beautiful. Brian, not bad. I've been to a couple of weddings, including my own, where the audience is standing, and I was kind of scared of that tonight. As Brian likes to point out, I'm a little bit vertically challenged, so when I'm in a group of people and you're all standing around me, I feel like I'm going to get stepped on. So when you guys are all out on the dance floor tonight, just, look for me before you start stepping around. I'd like to start with a shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Hoffman. Congratulations tonight. I'm very close with them. 9 years ago, I married my beautiful wife, Megan, and they were the only people there over 50 that weren't blood relatives. They had a good time. Let's say they took a cab to the wedding. They were the center of a dance party, which I still have on video. And they got a ride home using my 85-year-old grandmother as their DD. To this day, I still don't know if Brian knows about his 9-year-old little brother. Here's to Mrs. Hoffman. Congratulations. I hope that tonight makes my wedding night look like amateur hour for the two of you. Mr. and Mrs. Trong, congratulations as well. We don't know each other that well, but what I can tell you is just like you, I have 2 daughters. And if 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, my daughter marries someone like Brian, I will consider myself a lucky father and a lucky parent. So congratulations. Let's move on, though, to the reason why we're all here tonight. Okay, I know everyone in the room would absolutely agree with me that I love the open bar, so thank you. Brian, it's an honor to be here as your best man and lead this small army of people that you call a wedding party. We bought so many matching dresses and suits, I feel like we should have got them from Costco. When Brian first asked me to do this, he told me I had 60 seconds up here to be the best man, and I looked at Jess, I said, Jess, how am I supposed to be the best man in 60 seconds? And she said, psh, it's definitely possible. Brian's been my best man twice in 60 seconds before. We've been friends for so long that when we first met, I was actually the taller one out of the 2 of us. That's kind of funny, but I also weighed less than he did, and he had more hair. Even if it was a bowl cut. Through it all, though, Brian's been right there by my side, making me look like the really, really ridiculously good-looking one. Our relationship really solidified one year, though, when I asked him up to come to my parents' lake house on Lake George. I call that kind of a lucky accident, though, because first I asked Mark Lamorta, and he couldn't come. And then I asked Nick Schellenberger, and he couldn't come. And I went down my lengthy list of friends, and everybody was, they couldn't come. So finally I got down there to Brian, and he was like, I got nothing to do, I'll come. And so here we are, the rest is history. To bring Jess in on this a little bit, though, I knew, even before Brian knew, that Jess was the one for him. Brian and I were hanging out one night, just the 2 of us, doing our guy stuff, talking about sports and football and the Patriots and Tom Brady and the GOAT. And his phone rings and it's Jess, and he answers it and he's like, oh, hey, honey, what's up? And so I knew. Everybody in the room tonight has played some sort of role in their relationship as a couple, but I like to take most of the credit for this marriage. I'm the one that convinced Brian to take his first drink of alcohol, even though he was already older than 21 at that point. It was a screwdriver from a plastic vodka bottle in a red Solo cup. And you might say, Matt, how do you remember all these details after a night of drinking? But it just popped up on my Facebook memories from 3 years ago. I'm also the one that taught Brian to flirt with the ladies and turn on the chum. Man, I miss kindergarten. But most importantly, I was the one that told Brian, don't settle for just any girl. Hold out for that special one. And I think we would all agree tonight that Brian did not in any way, shape, or form settle when he got Jess. I told him, I said, Brian, you wait for the girl that's willing to dress up and role play as Tom Brady for you. Brian came to me one morning and he says, Matt, that's it, I'm gonna marry Jess, she's the one. And I said, I'm so happy for you, Brian, congratulations. What is it? Is it Jess's beautiful eyes? Is it her contagious smile? Is it her constantly and sometimes annoyingly positive attitude? And he says, no, those are all true, but she dressed up as Tom Brady and called me Big Papi all in one. Jess, I took up a collection here from all of the wedding guests, and we are willing to pay for the wedding if tonight, on the most special night of your lives, you call him Derek Jeter. Sometimes when your best friend gets married, you can lose him as your best friend, and I'm happy to say that tonight that's not the case. I'm exchanging mine for an upgrade. I get Jess. A couple of stories about how great Jess is. The night before Brian's first ever plane ride, which was a trip to Florida for my 30th birthday, he was a little bit nervous, and that's an understatement. And it wasn't an opportunity that I was going to let pass. So we're at my in-laws, and we convinced him that since he had a couple of cavity fillings when he was a kid, he was supposed to have brought his dental records with him to the airport. We also convinced him that no matter what happens, do not run in the airport, because the TSA has shoot-on-sight authority. But most impressively, we convinced him that in order to get through security and get on a plane, you couldn't be wearing his preferred boxers. You had to be wearing briefs. We even got him to try on a pair of my father-in-law's underwear. Which, by the way, is the first time ever in the history of marriages that a best man has ever said that. So how does this relate to Jess? Well, Brian's in the bathroom trying on my father-in-law's underwear the night before, trying to get used to it and, see if they're comfortable. And he texts Jess from the bathroom and says, you didn't tell me I had to wear briefs on the airplane, but she wasn't in on the joke. She didn't miss a beat and she responded, sorry, thought you knew that. I have two little daughters, the oldest of which is a couple months older than their relationship. And since Brian and I are basically brothers, we've raised her to call him Uncle Brian. Or more accurately, hashtag Uncle Brian. Hashtag not trending. But ever since she's been old enough to know what's going on, we would tell her Uncle Brian's coming to visit, and she'd say, but what about Jess? And if you ask her who she likes more between the two of them, she answers that question the same way most of us do, Jess. But Brian, I'd like to take those 60 seconds you gave me now and get serious for 1 minute. There are three things in my life that I could not live without: my girls, my wife, and Brian. So he really is a brother. I'm a big believer that the type of person you become and the type of life that you lead are influenced in a major way by the type of friends that you surround yourself with. And for that reason, I could not feel any more fortunate or gratuitous that I'm standing up here as Brian's best man. It's probably more accurate to say that rather than Brian's best man, I'm a better man because of Brian. So finally, a toast to continued love and happiness for the Hoffmans tonight and forever. Here's to hoping Bill Belichick is not illegally videotaping them tonight, and that Tom Brady didn't deflate their mattress. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some